Hi, this is Karon Thackston with marketingwords.com and copywritingcourse.com, and it's such a gorgeous day today. I thought I'd come outside and talk to you a little bit about a question I received when I was speaking at a conference in Atlanta last month. We had a copywriting dinner where everybody sat around and had a great meal, and we talked about different types of copywriting. And one question that I was asked that had everybody's attention was, how do you know what length your copy should be? And of course, people were coming up with all sorts of misconceptions like, well, if you're selling an ebook or an information product, it has to be either long form copy or a sales letter, which is absolutely not true. And of course, there were people saying, well, if you're writing for the B2B market, it has to be ultra short copy, 100 words, 150 words a page, which is also absolutely not true. So what I wanted to give you were a few tips on how to decide what length your copy should be. And it has to do primarily with a couple of different things. First, how familiar your target audience is with your product or service. If you're writing an ebook about how to create a blog post, there's a million of those out there. People have been writing blog posts for years and years. So it's a topic that they're familiar with. You're not going to have to go into as much detail unless, of course, your ebook on how to write a blog post has some new innovative information that nobody's heard of before. The second thing that you need to take into consideration is the price. If you have a high-ticket item with a very long sales process, your copy needs to be longer. If you have a very inexpensive item with a very short sales process, then the copy needs to be shorter. So we have familiarity, we have cost. The other thing that we need to take into consideration is your target audience themselves. Now, if you happen to be a company that deals exclusively with CPAs or somebody that has a communication style that's related to that particular profession, stereotypically, they're going to be short copy people. They're going to look at details, but in small chunks. If you were writing toward CEOs, company heads, upper management, things of that nature, you're going to want to get to the bottom line first. These people may want detail. They may need the rest of the long copy, but they're not going to want it right away. So you need to structure your copy differently. So we have familiarity, we have price, and we have your particular target audience. Now, of course, if your target audience is made up of a lot of different types of people and they have different communication styles, then you need to tailor it so that everybody gets a little bit of something. If you have a lot of detail, then perhaps you start off with just a couple of 100 words and you can go into the detail later on. If you have a huge product, an information product that you're selling, or a package or a course, and there's a lot of detail there that you want to cover, maybe you do want to use long form copy for that, especially if it's a high dollar ticket item. However, I encourage you to test the type of copy that you use. Don't assume that because everybody else out there is doing copy a particular way, that's the best way to do it. People are just following the crowd, and they could be very wrong. Until you test your particular product or service with long copy or short copy or something somewhere in the middle, you're never going to know what's going to work the absolute best for you. But keep those 3 tips in mind when you're choosing what length of copy is best for your particular company, and then be sure to test to get the best results.